The whole gang went to Alberta. I would say like the extreme winter camping that we've experienced, because we're inside of this trail and it's minus 25 and we're with the kids. And during that time, like we're tight inside a tent because you want to be together inside of that tent. But I didn't hear any complaints with the kids. They love it when wife cooks some soup at night, and then we had a great chat, clear skies, and just talking about life with the kids, sharing my experience, my stories, and same as the wife. And then, like in the morning, we witnessed sunrise. It was amazing. Even if it's minus 25, 2025, like it doesn't bother us. It's just like we just enjoy the time together, spending the time with the family and creating memories with your kids. Because again, this you never know, right?
Yeah.
They're growing fast, and then especially they're having their peers and influences, those kind of stuff. And when you're not looking and you look at your price one day, oh, I'm just going to stay home. So just treasure those memories. They're still saying yes, which is good.
Warning. The 4x4 Canada podcast contains discussion about exploring mountains, camping beside lakes, and enjoying the outdoors. Guests also talk about jumping race trucks side by side, racing 1,000 horsepower rigs across mud pits, and jumping monster trucks over stacks of buses. None of this is for the faint of heart. The 4x4 Canada podcast is not responsible for bringing out your inner adrenaline junkie or making you want to get out there and explore the back roads from coast to coast. The 4x4 Canada podcast is not responsible for broken parts due to jumping your vehicle, hitting mud poles too hard, crossing deep streams, and doing other dumb shit. However, we will take credit for inspiring you to explore mountaintops, spend quality time outdoors with your friends, or meeting new like-minded people, and most importantly of all, following your dreams.
Welcome to the 4x4 Canada podcast. I'm your host, Trisha.
And I'm your other host, Wes. And tonight we have Jeff from JayTee Adventures. How you doing tonight, Jeff?
Hey, thank you guys. Thank you, Trisha. Thank you, Wes. How you guys doing? I'm Jeff Toledo from Vancouver, BC, aka JayTee Adventures on Instagram and on YouTube. And yeah, I'm blessed that you guys invited me to do this podcast with you guys. Thank you.
Not a problem, man. I've been looking forward to this for a bit, to talking with you. I've been following you on Instagram for a while and loving some of your ventures you had been doing over the last little bit. As you mentioned, you are from BC and you're a Jeeper and an Overlander. And have you always loved the outdoors, or is this something that's come up in the midlife crisis thing?
I think, yeah, so it's my interest in overlanding started when I moved here in 2015 from the Philippines. Not just like overlanding, but outdoors in general. Because again, I've noticed that, again, beautiful BC landscapes, and I wanted to explore. And then in 2020, before pandemic, I bought the Wrangler. And I'm like, just because I have like a Nissan Pathfinder before. And then it's a 4-wheel drive. And I was like, started curious about the landscape of BC. Because again, when me and my family just go out and then camping in the summer, I was like, where like these roads leads to, right? And then I was thinking like, okay, my vehicle is not capable to go further. So I said, okay, I'll buy a vehicle that actually capable to do that. So I have a friend, Mike, shout out to you, Mike Classy, by the way. So he has a Tacoma. And then he brought me one of BC's like a famous spot, Stave Lake. Just do mud stuff and like wheeling here. And oh, wow, this is fun.
Nice.
And I was like, okay, I don't want to get a Tacoma because I don't want to be like you, something like that. Around February, start looking. And then a Jeep Wrangler caught my attention. So, okay, I want to get this one. And pandemic came. And that's where I started my Jeep journey. So, yeah.
It's an addiction, right? So once you get started, you can't stop. You start looking at those side roads and where does this road go and where does that road go? And
yeah,
it grows to be an addiction for sure.
Yeah. So I've seen reels or memes of that on social media. It's like, where is this road leads? And when me and my wife just do a day trip, we have a destination, like we know where to go. But before reaching that destination, there's a lot of side trips that happened before going to our actual destination. It's just like exploring. It's fun, but again, it costs a lot.
Yeah, Jeep means just empty every pocket, right?
Oh my gosh, yes. Tell me more about that.
Don't tell the wife.
She's not listening right now, so you don't know that she doesn't have an idea what's going on actually. Up to now.
Speaking of your wife, does she go on a lot of the adventures with you?
Oh yeah, surprise! She just embraced it. She got
Awesome.
used to it. She lived here like longer than me because she grew up here in Canada. But she was not. She go for a hike and some camping here and there, but not to the point that exploring more and then rugged trails or even like a secret spots here in BC. When I think when we bought the Jeep, or like even before that, we went to a lot of places that she never thought that she'll be in that spot or location.
Yeah.
She embraced it when there's a difficult trail that we're cruising. She's just, before she was just like screaming here and there, but now she's helping me to spot. So now it's good. So this like we learned and we became a team that, okay, you can't do anything right now. Just get out and help me to spot so we can get out of here. So there's a lot of things that happened before. There's one in Campbell River. We planned to go to San Jose Bay in Vancouver Island. So one of the stops is in Campbell River. On our way, there's no snow forecast at all or whatever. So we camp in this beach, nice beach in Campbell River. So, okay, cool. With our kids this time. And it's winter, January. I'm like, and then, so at night, it's peace and quiet. And then when we woke up, it's all snow. I'm like, what? We're all surprised. Our awning got destroyed. Some of the kitchen stuff because of the snow, and it's heavy. And then our awning can't hold it. But we were very calm because it's so serene, actually, seeing that white powder snow. Yeah. I'm like all over the place. It's falling. Well, this is beautiful. But at the same time, how are we gonna put this away and everything? It's all wet and it's freezing. But yeah, you learned and you just embrace it.
Yep. No, that's great. And there's nothing greater than having a spouse that is into the same hobby and stuff like that you are, whether it be hiking or four-wheeling or mountain biking or whatever. It's a great way to spend quality time together, right? A lot of times spending that kind of time together creates a bond that is stronger than doing just sitting on the couch watching TV, right?
That's very true. I agree with that. So
you mentioned that you're from the Philippines, and were you involved in nature and outdoor activities in the Philippines, or is this something just when you came to Canada?
I think when I just came in Canada, but it's again our province. So this is like a rural area from the city. I grew up in the city. It's called Manila, but we have a spot where we usually go like sometimes every other weekends or if there's like occasion. So it's like a 3-hour drive away from the city, and then we have a fish farm actually. So it used to be rice fields all over, and then you see like one of the active volcano from afar. Because every time I look on that kind of setup, it leads me to think of what's in there on the other side, right? You very curious. You want to go there. And then I had a chance to go in that area where I'm like, oh, wow, this is pretty cool. And then they offer a 4x4 because going to the volcano and stuff. This is cool. There's like sand dunes here and there, way up in Region 1. Oh, we have this thing in the Philippines. I'm like, oh, this is cool. So you do sandboarding. Yeah, it's just, I think it's a method of some like a therapy that gives you and wonder like about these creation, and you'll be like surprised like how this helps you.
Yeah, definitely. I've experienced myself. I'm a huge believer that Mother Nature takes care of us kind of idea. And I call it dirt road church on Sundays when we go for our drives and stuff like that. And I'm a huge believer of what nature does to help out our mental health. I know it's helped out myself and many others. And sometimes, like I say, just go for a drive, or you just even go sit on a rock with a viewpoint. And it's amazing what nature can do for your mental health.
Yeah, for sure. Sometimes I go to mountains to finish some of my work. I go up in the mountain or like just go on off-roading just to and bring my laptop and bring my work there.
Yeah, that's definitely got to be nice to be able to have that option to do that for sure.
I wanted to get into the Jeep. I want to
There we
know all
go.
about the Jeep. Guys, your Jeep is, you have a lot of mods. It's a really nice Jeep. You've done a lot of work to it, and it looks really good. It looks a very good looking rig. So yeah, there's a lot. So did you want to talk about the Jeep? What mods have you done, and what kind of brands and stuff they're using?
Yeah. Okay. So it's a 2016 Jeep Wrangler Sahara. So I bought it secondhand, again, early 2020, just before the pandemic, and it has 30,000 kilometers in it. And then just recently, this was like 2 weeks ago, I hit 200,000.
Wow.
Yeah. When we went, the wife and the kids, so we went to a day trip at Ilaho in Squamish. Because again, my youngest one, she's like outdoorsy. She can just go by herself and just like me and her. Okay, Dad, can we go camping? Can we go snowboarding? Those kind of stuff. And then we're looking for snow because again, there's no snow yet here in Vancouver or Metro Vancouver. So it's okay. We're gonna look for snow, and then we decided to go to Ilaho. And then on the way, I hit 200 kilometers. So I'm like, this is something exciting times for me again. Because through this journey, I have had a love-hate relationship with my Jeep, right?
Jeep owners not Jeep right now.
Yeah, and I know that it's always proven reliable, especially when you go in trails and go off-roading. But of course, it comes at a cost. So when it hit the 200,000 mark, it's all the memories just flash back. All of the times that I thought that I wasn't gonna make it back safely, Jeep totally pulled it through. Yeah, I'm just excited where I'm gonna go. I have a lot of plans actually, just waiting. Something happened, but I'm preparing for that. Hopefully, not nearly. No, yeah. Speaking of mods, at the beginning, I was really excited to do upgrades, and it was trial and error. But again, as you learned more about the vehicle itself, I have a background of how to fix cars because my dad, like back in the Philippines, he has a shop, like he's an auto mechanic. But sorry if I'm going to speak again a little bit about the Philippines, but learning from him how to fix cars. But again, you rarely see Jeep Wrangler in the Philippines, but we have tons of Land Cruisers, Toyotas. We have the Hilux ones. We have Nissan Patrol. Actually, the off-road scene in the Philippines, when I found this overlanding thing or off-roading, like it surprised me because it's been a long time that like Philippines doing that. And then I've met like a mechanic. I used to live in the Philippines, and when he moved here, just continued doing fixing cars. And then he has this like 1970 Land Cruiser. And I was like, whoa, you brought it here? Yes, that it's like from the Philippines, and then he shipped it from here.
Wow.
Yeah, it was one of the nicest Land Cruiser that I've seen.
Wow.
And then he showed me like how big is the 4x4 community in the Philippines, because you'll be surprised. There's tons of nice trails, and which is brought like an idea to me that, okay, when I visit the Philippines, maybe I'll buy a vehicle there or rent something and then just go and explore. So that's one like in my bucket list. So yeah. And back to the mods, as I learned more about the vehicle itself and its capacity. And as I go on trips, I saw the importance of choosing quality brands when you're doing your mods versus cheaper brands for aesthetic. It's before it was like, okay, I just want to have like lift tires. That's it. So I went to 35s, and then I started. I think that's one of my episode in JayTee Adventures. So one of my first episode on my YouTube channel, doing some mods. So I started 0.5 inch lift kit, Rubicon Express. Since four-wheel parts here in Langley, when they're still open, so that's my go-to shop. That's like my Disneyland, right? Go in the shop to see all these big tires, suspension, and axles and stuff like that. Even
so
a
many
little small. That's right. The small details, small mods, even like camping and stuff like that. So
Mhm.
you're excited, and then you're learning. You learn, and then but I do understand that everybody's budget is different. So I think it's important to just do again and what type of adventures you want to go, because I've been to a lot of, I would say, like a lot of places that I still have like stock axle, stock gearing, those kind of stuff. And then eventually I was like, oh, my gas mileage, it goes up.
It's messed
It
up.
doesn't,
It's messed up.
it's messed up. It doesn't compensate like what I have a Chinese brand tires, because I just want to see like how,
Yeah.
my Jeep looks good, like a different, what do you call it, like a cage to work at where I can put my rooftop tent, those kind of stuff. I do DIYs as well, like my cabinets, and then like my camping
Yeah.
gear where I could put it at the back of my Jeep.
Yeah.
So like doing this, but it depends on, again, budget, and just remember, put safety first when doing your mods, and then especially with maintaining my vehicle as well.
Mhm.
So at
Yeah.
first, I thought I could just do DIYs, but then I realized the importance of bringing it to someone who was very reliable and expert, which is I ended up going to one shop here in Langley.
Mhm.
Shout out to Adams Off Road.
Yeah.
Like, they're very reliable, so they can help me taking care of it, the maintenance, and then it's important because it really does make a difference when you are doing the adventure trips and you feel safe, right, and confident that your vehicle can withstand and you can get through the other side. So suspension, I have 3.5-inch AEV coil springs, the sports one, planning to get the high capacity ones, and then I used to have a Rubicon Express monotube shocks, and then I switched to Falcon monotube shocks, and then now I have the 3.3 piggyback ones. I would say it's a day and night the difference.
Really?
I was just
So
going to ask you about that.
Yeah, because so
oh,
many people are running the Falcons. It's everyone runs those ones. So it's day to night. You prefer the other ones that you switch back
I
to.
would say 100%. Yeah. Again, based on my experience, again, I'm not an expert, but like based on my experience that went through that, like those kind of tested this brand and in between this one. And I thought like I will ended up with just the monotube Falcon one. So I'm good with this. It's Falcon, something like that, right?
Yeah.
And then when I saw one of the YouTubers that I admire and I follow, I was like, oh, I want that one. So, and then when finally I got it, oh wow, this is night and day. The switch knobs, it's easy to use. And when I got it, I tried it to one of the, I would say, and not moderate, but hard lines down in West Harrison. And yeah, it's very reliable, I would say.
Wow.
It feels like you're still on road.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the fact you can adjust them, that's huge, right? So
Yeah. The tiny dials, I'm always on number 2.
yeah.
Even on and off road. So I go number 3 when if it's like a rock crawling. So I have TMR steering kit as well, a 2.5 ton steering kit, because again, a stable tie rods and drag links, I would say, like less the death wobble, the infamous death wobble that
the vibration.
yeah, and reliable ball joints and things like that. I upgraded my drive shaft as well. So suspension, I would say my suspension kit it's very reliable nowadays. And I re-gear, of course. I re-geared to 4.5 Dana 44, and then I truss it with TMR Customs truss in like the cassettes, like the Segas. So those one, and then I used to run 35, now I'm running 37s. Yeah, which is because it's almost 3 years now with the KO2s. Now I'm thinking to switch. And actually, one of the lucky guy that had a partnership with Black Rhino before as well. So I got those for free. So some of the stuff actually I got it for free. My rooftop tent and my awning. Shout out to Doghouse Tent. They're local here in Chilliwack, by Lee Yates. So I used to work with them, and then like they gave me this beautiful rooftop tent that can fit 4 people. I would say it's huge, especially Asian sizes like me. It's huge. And it comes with an awning, and then comes with the annex room. So yeah, so actually I haven't used that with the family, but I tried it before, and it's huge just for me. So I can't. We're excited to use that this coming summer. And then you have a fridge. I dual batteries. Oh, that's one of the best. That's one of my favorite mod actually. My dual battery by from Genesis Off Road. Yeah, but and lights, of course.
Hold on, I'm sorry.
Shout out to No Lee in Hong Kong. Thank you for tapping up. They're so nice. We went to Utah. I brought that with me, and then it's a nice product, I would say.
Yeah.
Planning to have something on top of the windshield, like more lights on top, and then the back of my rack, just to have kind of like 360 lighting, especially during the night.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's fun actually wheeling during the night, but right now I don't have enough lights with me. But eventually, since I have the dual battery, I can plug my fridge 24/7, I would say. And then eventually planning to buy. Actually, that's because I do work remotely, so I can go and then just bring my stuff and then just work there.
That's nice. Imagine working from Jeep or just camping or just staring in the wilderness and working and just
Yes.
Nice.
Actually, I tried that. I have the signal booster, but it's like one of the well-known brand. I have the booster, but it's not enough for me. I think the Starlink will do the work.
Yeah.
Again, there's a lot of people actually. There's a lot of
yeah.
YouTubers, off-roaders that using it, very reliable. People that actually do the Pan American. Because I know some of people that do those kind of trips, and Starlink is very reliable. Especially now, it got cheaper. There's the mini version, and then you can subscribe to get their service, and then you can cut it like anytime. Yeah,
it's really changed the world for remote workers. The fact that you can do it from a campsite, or as long as you got a good open spot to see the sky,
right,
and then you're golden. So it's been a game changer, I think. You mentioned Black Rhino wheels. I noticed that one of your posts on Instagram that you had a great shot of Black Rhino wheels, and I believe they used it in some of their marketing, right?
Yes, I got lucky. One of the this one guy works with Black Rhino. I was like, hey, can we do a shoot? I really like what you post. And then, but I said, okay, I already have the Black Rhino bead locks. Oh, it's fine. Just we're just like do a shoot and then you can have it. I was like, okay, sure. So like, why not? It's free, so let's just do it.
Yeah.
So it's a nice product, like a hot product, last 2024 in off-roading scene. And then I like the design, but I still prefer the bead locks because again, just being reliable, and then I can go to 5 psi if I want to. But bead locks are not good for highways, I would say. So I had an incident on the way to Utah. Those bolts that tighten the rim actually starts. I don't know what happened, but I think that's one of the downside of using bead locks for on roads. So for paved ones, but
you do got to go around every once in a while, I think, and just tighten them up just to be on the safe side.
That's right. But I think it becomes like the bolt become brittle. It's weird. Yeah, it's a weird one. And then I've seen it, like Sean actually from Storytel now had same incident, and so, okay, this is not new. Something new, like when you
not just you.
Yeah, so that's one of the downside when you use bead locks on paves. So.
Yeah. So what are some of your favorite mods that you've done on the Jeep?
I think I would say like the Falcon one.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then one of my very first is my front bumper. This front bumper it's like a one of the best mods. The reason why because up to now, since I bought the Jeep, I still have it up to now. And it's used when I bought it. So I bought it from Marketplace. And then this is like one of the first ones. And I think before the prices, the Jeep parts skyrocket.
Yeah.
I had a great deal with this guy. So it's ARB for Jeep JKs. When you buy that during that time, I think it goes to $950 to $1,000.
Yeah.
And then I got it for 250.
Stop. Oh my God.
I'm not even kidding. So for sure, like, hopefully, like he's listening right now. I'm really bad with names. I forgot his name, but on my second episode on my YouTube channel,
Yeah.
he's there, and you'll be surprised. And then I just like brush it with the metal brush, and then just clean it and then repaint it, and good as new. For $250, I'm like, oh, why not? And up to now, I'm still using it.
Still using it. That's
Yeah.
pretty
So
good.
yeah, that one and the Falcon suspension one. So I think that's.
What was your least favorite mod?
Oh,
The one that you regret doing.
Oh, that's hard because like I think because of again those experience love hate. So you learned which one you will pick that suit best for your Jeep, because you learn. But before there's one, I would say I hate the angry angry
The angry eyes. Yeah.
the angry eyes. I don't know. The angry eyes. I don't know. One of my first mod, but I think it's just like more of a fad thing.
Yeah.
Because it's angry is like muscular look, but again, when I realized that the classic look is still the best and what appeals to me, and it's the Jeep identity anyway, so I just got rid of the angry eyes. There's an issue. It's like everybody hates it.
Yeah.
Once you have the angry eyes, oh man, you're not a real Jeeper.
Yeah.
I saw one guy. I saw one guy actually smashing it. Rip it and smash it. This is not a mod. And yeah, it's just like sitting right there in my storage. So
yeah, it's a fad that I think is gone. It was a short-lived one, and it's moved on.
Hey, I wanted to ask about two of your mods. What fenders are you using? Because I'm in the market for fenders, and I really like your fenders. And two, the second one, it's your spare tire.
I have the carrier
tire rack, but it's into your tire.
That's right.
That's cool. For storage, for extra storage.
Yeah.
Come off and on too.
Yeah. So let's start with the fender ones. So the fender one, it's called the Bushwhacker fenders. But to be honest, I don't like it.
Okay.
I don't like it. Eventually, hope my wife's not gonna hear me right now. So but like it. Don't get me wrong. It's a nice looking fender.
Okay.
But since it's plastic, it's not reliable when you want to step on it. So I'm planning to get this metal fender by Metal Cloak, which is I actually I think not order, but yeah. Just cut this out, Wes. So just beep it. Okay. So I think I might get that one, the Metal Cloak fenders, because again, I saw it on reviews. Like they're stepping on it. It's very reliable. You can sit on it and then put something heavy. But yeah, the one that I have right now, it's good looking.
Okay. I didn't know if it was plastic or metal. Hard to tell some pictures, but good looking though. But yeah, I guess when you need your rake and you're coming up and down, you do something to step on. Really.
No, that's very true. I'm short. I'm only 5'6". So I'm like, and then I have a step from Smithable that I put on the side of my Jeep
to get up.
To get up and open my rooftop tent. Reliable step, though it will be nice.
Yeah, I'm looking at a great picture right now of it on your Instagram at JayTeeAdventures.ca. And yeah, they're a great looking fender, but being plastic, I can totally see trying to get up on the rooftop tent and undo the buckles and stuff like that. Yeah.
Okay, and then the one at the back, that's like a rack. Actually, I just bought it from one of the friends. I saw it. I forgot to be honest, I forgot the brand, but it's from the States.
Okay.
And there's a brand that they make it as well. It's called Trail Adventure. I forgot the name, but it's like a similar to that one. American Adventure Lab. They have this. They have the same concept. So this one you can put it to up to a 37-inch tires, and then again you can put a lot of stuff inside or on top of it. I put some
The
some
gas
extra
can or
camping
something.
gear there. Yeah, and then I attached I forgot the board one,
Oh, your Max Tracks.
my Max Tracks. Yeah,
Oh,
I attached it on there.
okay.
Some camping gear,
Yeah.
but I like it. It's heavy.
It's heavy.
I would say it's heavy, but it's nice to have that because you can attach a lot of stuff.
Yeah, it's a nice setup. And a lot of people don't have that there.
Going back to that ARB front bumper, I have to admit, that's actually a good looking shorty bumper.
Yeah,
Mhm.
it is.
Especially for that price too, right? Oh, you
Oh.
stole that thing.
Okay. Oh, I think I remember his name. I think his name is Chris from Mission, BC. And then we just met in one of the Home Depot here in Port Coquitlam because like he works at Port Coquitlam. I saw it on Marketplace, and then just I think like a few minutes after he posted it, I'm like, I'm gonna buy this. Like again, just look at that. Like still, it's still nice.
Yeah.
And then up to now, yeah, like people sometimes I lie, like, how much did you get that for a bumper? Oh, this is like over 1,000 because I don't want to sell it. 'Cause if you know the truth behind this, then okay, maybe yeah. But yeah, I'm lucky that I got that. I
Yeah,
stole
for
it.
sure.
One of us, stole it.
One of the questions that we often ask is, have you named your vehicle?
Oh yes,
Yeah.
there's a name of that one. It's called Jeepery.
The Jeeper.
So instead of Jeffrey, it's Jeepery.
That's right. Yeah, Jeepery. Yeah. So that's the name of my vehicle. And there's another one because they way back in the Philippines they called most of Jeffrey like people's names Jeffrey. They called Jepoy.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
And then because again, there's a lot of Jeeps actually in the Philippines, jeepneys, not like Wranglers, but jeepneys.
Yeah.
It's like a Jeep like in a bus
Yes.
setup.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so I went to Philippines 2 years ago now.
Oh, okay.
So everyone's, when you go, you have to take the Jeep and go around and stuff in Manila. I'm like, oh, that's cool, like a Jeep. And then I realized, yeah, the Jeeps are actually like a stretch bus they use for transportation.
Yeah, it's a mode of transportation. So the jeepneys is very one of the Philippine trademarks because that's what World War II actually left like in our history. And then we people like Filipinos embrace that and use that as a mode of transportation, like a Jeep bus.
Yeah,
it's cool. Like you'll see a lot of like types. There's long ones, there's short ones, there's fancy ones, there's like aluminum and stainless ones, very shiny on the road.
pretty cool.
But they're crazy drivers. Yeah.
So the name from that then.
That's right. Yeah, there's another one. The other one is like a Jeepoy. Yeah. Because they call Jeffrey in the Philippines like Jepoy.
Jeffrey.
Okay. So you're Jeep boy.
I like that Jeepery.
Yeah. I think that's great. So you guys had a great trip down to the States last year.
Oh, yes, that's right.
Yeah. Do you want to tell us about that?
Okay, yeah. My wife and I, with our youngest one, we did a short trip like in Utah last fall. So this is a trip that I've been searching about and have been wanting to do for a long time. Unfortunately, we only had a short period, about a week. So again, which is 2 days of that week is mostly just driving. So we went to Moab. So we went to a few iconic places in Moab, like the Arches National Park. There's a trail that we tried, the Chicken Corner Trail, which is amazing. And we went to the Salt Flats. And then we camped in between, which is amazing. Overall, amazing experience. So definitely want to go back for a longer period. Yeah, there's a lot of spots that you can explore, different levels. Because before heading there, I asked a few guys and even like neighbors that went there already. So it's okay, which one? Just give me coordinates, and then just put on my Gaia maps, and then yeah. But unfortunately, some stuff that like you can't control. So it shortened the trip. So it's okay. I'll go back and next time I'll try these trails because there's an app. So it's the G Badge of Honor. So you can get like the badges, and then there's like difficulty. So I want to try that and then see how far like my Jeep can go. So yes, so that's why again I understand that's why they call it Moab's like the Mecca of off-roading, and it's like highly recommended to anybody who's looking for adventures. Yeah.
Are you more into rock crawling or mud?
Actually, like both. I think my Jeep is capable for both. It depends on your tire as well. But here in BC, I would say what I have, like the tires that I have right now, the gearing and things like that I have right now, it's okay. But to be honest, I'm just leaning to whatever, wherever it leads me. So yeah, just to find a nice camping spot at the end of the day, I don't mind. That's why I regretting not going to the top of the world in Utah. Because again, I think when we tried Chicken Corners, that's, I would say, easy trail, easy to moderate, but it's the reason why they call it Chicken Corners, because it's like you're riding on the side of the cliff, and then my wife had a chance to drove there, and she was so scared because I'm flying the drone. Like when you're like filming at the same time, filming your trip, and then he was like, so spot me. I was like, I'm using my drone right now. I can't do anything. Yeah, but when you look, just don't look down. Just look straight, like where the landscape is, and you'll be in awe, and how beautiful the scenery is.
Wow.
Yeah, it's gorgeous down there.
Your shots from that trip are amazing.
Thank you.
Your camera and your drone pictures. And that's all you're using your own equipment, doing all that stuff. You're the one doing it.
Yeah. Again,
it's beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Really nice.
Yeah. Thank you. Because I'm a full-time filmmaker, so that's what I do. I do films, mostly documentaries, right? And corporate shoots. So I do live events and concerts, music videos, those kind of stuff. So that's my bread and butter.
Okay.
But
that explains things.
That explains a lot of things. Yeah. I'm like, this is amazing.
Yeah. Thank you. I do love creating content, right? Especially when it comes to overlanding, Jeep mods, and what is happening, and like in my adventure. Mm-hmm. But over the past year, creating content videos or YouTube videos haven't been a priority. But again, I'm hoping that I can do that a little bit more this year or just in the future, because I love documenting, especially like I've seen my kids growing with with this Jeep.
Yeah.
And sometimes my wife keep telling me, just get a new one, trade that one. But I'm still holding like all the memories, and it's 200,000 now, like how far this Jeep can go. Mm-hmm. And then it's just like the memories. So yeah.
You can definitely tell that you have an artistic eye in a lot of your videos and your photography and that. What equipment are you using? What's your drone?
For cameras, I have like small ones, big ones as well, but I don't bring that on my trips. Right. So I just use a compact one. So I use Sony cameras. Yeah. Right now I'm using the Sony A7 IV because that's a hybrid camera that can give me a really great quality of photos and great quality crisp videos. And then I have two drones that I use, but recently I'm just using the DJI Mini 3 Pro. Mm-hmm. I still have it, the Mavic Air 2S, but now, because again, the format of like social media is like the vertical ones. The Mini 3 Pro you can just like shoot videos in that format. It's like the vertical video.
You can definitely notice, say, the photography and drone shots are great on your Instagram channel. When you guys are out camping, are you foodies? Do you guys love and enjoy cooking when you're camping or are you guys more of a hot dogs over the fire kind of family?
Oh no, I love me and the wife. We love to cook. Mm-hmm. Especially in camping, because again, especially when we bring our kids, again, depends on where we heading, where our destination is. Because if it's just like a quick side trip, then bacon, eggs, that should be enough. But for lunch or like a dinner, we prepare something like mostly like Filipino food. So Filipino dishes. If it's like cold and chilling, so you can have a soup, like a tangy soup called sinigang. It's a pork tangy soup. It's really good. Actually, I'm planning to have a series of videos that just go camping, and I started it. One of my YouTube videos called cooking pork adobo. So it's a pork with a soy sauce, and it's with vinegar. It's just, it tastes really good. So planning to do some series of videos that you go camping off road, and then a nice spot, and then I'll do cooking videos.
Yeah.
Nice.
So that's what I'm gonna do down the line. So yeah,
Cooking
for those
series.
for those who's listening right now, yeah, just wait for that series, and it will be lovely learning how to cook some Filipino dishes.
Looking forward to that for sure. Now I know who I got to go camping with next year. That's one thing I've really noticed with the overland crowd is that a lot of us really enjoy cooking when we're camping. And it's just, I think, relaxing. And it's just, I don't know, it just seems to be, of course, it depends on the day, right? If you're pulling in late, you're going to have something quick and easy. But when you can plan it out, I think that I've really noticed the overland crowd just loves their food.
No, for sure. So that's one of the mods that I'm looking forward to build. I have a DIY cabinet at the back, but I'm okay with that setup right now. I think it's just like the stove. I recently got the propane tank. I bought the bracket from the States. So it's, as you can see on my Instagram, there's a propane bracket I got it from AT Overland. So that one, and then a really nice stove, actually, I would say, just to create and cook nice food and dishes.
Yeah.
So
there's an event in Vernon on June 7th where it's just basically a overlanders meet and greet kind of idea. And so they all show up and have their base hangs out at the Toyota dealership, and you look at everybody's rigs. But after that, we go up into the mountains and we camp and stuff like that. And it's a really neat event. If you're around, it's definitely worth checking out. But Aubrey from Gear for Overland comes over from Red Deer, and he has some really cool camping stoves and different things like that. He's got some really neat stuff. I'm trying to remember the name of the camp stove that he carries, but it's all aluminum and really nice, high quality. Probably like one of the last ones you'll buy kind of idea. But yeah, if you're around, that's actually a really good thing. Give the shout out to those guys in the Vernon meetup, or whatever you want to call it. I will have a couple of the guys on there organizing it. We'll have those guys on in another month or so. And yeah, it's a fun day. Everybody just hangs out at the Vernon Toyota. Everybody has vehicles up on display or whatever. And there's then different vendors, and there's just regular people like you and I. And then after, we go up into the hills around Vernon, and everybody camps. And last year, I think there's, 15 rigs or something like that. And a really nice open view and a big fire. And we had 15 rigs, maybe 20 rigs camping, and just a good time kind of idea. So what's your favorite camping gear? Something that you bought that's okay, this is wonderful, whether it's your favorite chair that you had forever, or obviously you've got a wonderful tent, so there's no doubt about that. But is there something that stuck out that kind of surprised you how well you liked it?
Yeah, of course, the rooftop tent and my fridge, because I can't, it's useless if there's nothing inside your fridge. And again, most of my stuff, I would say I got it from Marketplace. That fridge is cheap as well when I got it, because there's another guy who's just trying to just get rid of it. I said ARB, it's a 50 gauge fridge. It holds a lot, and you can store ice cream, which is my kids love going camping, because like we can bring ice cream, right? It's cold and it's frozen. Oh, this is nice. And then you can put a lot of beers in there. Definitely the fridge. Our tent, it's a nice quality product from Doghouse Tents. They're doing a great stuff. That's my third one from Doghouse Tents.
Oh, yeah?
So yes, so like a great partnership with Lee. And even the awning. The awning now, it's been 2.5 years that I have it. The rooftop tents, it's been a year. And insulated inside keep us warm. But the kids are growing now; they can't fit into inside of that one. That's why Lee gave me this annex, which I can put a folding bed or something down, like on the ground. Oh, and then the kids can stay up in the tent. So yeah, those two I would say like very nice, reliable, and again great quality as well. So yeah.
What's your favorite time of year?
My favorite time of the year, I would say fall is my favorite time of the year to go. outdoors and overlanding, because there's a kind of like a Christmas about it. I find it very relaxing, right? It's just like really makes me want to go outdoors more. The changing of the leaves is something I find very beautiful, and it's less people actually. Because during summers, there's tons of mosquitoes. Again, I love going outdoors during summers. It's just most of campsites are full, so you need to go further just to enjoy the nature. That's why I choose fall, I would say. And I also find that there's that little bit of summer left, which is nice in terms of the dry weather.
No bugs.
And, yes, that's right. And changing of the leaves, oh man, it's so nice. That's why I want to visit like the East Coast with my Jeep, because one of the goal in the East Coast, I would say, so when they have that, oh man, it's beautiful. I always see that on videos and on like photos, but I want to see that in person. So definitely one of the bucket list.
If you had anywhere to travel in Canada, would the East Coast be your number one choice, or is there something else that's pulling at you?
Great question. Right now, I would say, because there's a lot of people love like the Rockies, the Kootenays area. I've been there, but there's still a lot of spots that you can explore. I would say the Rockies, Kootenays area. And then maybe one day, like up north, a lot of people go here, which is the Arctic, the Tuktoyaktuk area. So those ones, but in general, I love the mountains. So I'll stick around here in BC. It's two and a half hours away from our home. There's good spots here. So I don't mind visiting the East Coast. Again, not just the scenery, but again, the culture as well. Because I think the East Coast will give you that different vibe. The food, Atlantic food, man, their seafood is, I heard it, it's good. Is that true, Trisha? So
it's the people too, though. They have great food over there, and it's more of their food is a lot of hearty food. Like you got your fresh fish, but to me, the East Coast, it's the people, especially Nova Scotia, Newfoundland, Cape Breton, that area. You're not going to find friendlier people anywhere in the world than it is on the East Coast of Canada.
Oh, then another thing to look forward.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
your Jeep, and it's very sentimental to you, having it for so long and seeing your kids grow up doing the adventures and overlanding and camping with you. Are there any other memories that kind of stick out to the place that you guys went to together? That's probably like one of your best memories that you've been?
Yeah, there is. Again, the whole gang went to Alberta. That's like I would say like the extreme winter camping that we've experienced, because we're inside of this trail and it's minus 25.
Ooh.
And like we're with the kids, and during that time we don't have the diesel heater yet.
Oh, no.
I planned this, and then I really want to see that frozen falls. It's in the Highway 40 the Ghost Trail, they call it.
Yeah.
It's just like around that like Banff-ish area, Highway 40.
Yeah.
Like on the way there, it's not snowing, but you see a lot of snow on the road, and it's freezing. And then at night it snow falls, and checked it. We had 2 buddy heaters, so that's actually kept us warm. But the downside of that, it's like there's a condensation inside your tent, so it's dripping. But again, because we still have sleeping bags in, and then like we're tight inside a tent because you want to keep each other's just be together in that inside of that tent. But I didn't hear any complaints with the kids. They love it. It's like when wife cooks some soup at night, and then we had a great chat, clear skies, and just talking about life with the kids, sharing my experience, my stories, and same as the wife. And then like in the morning, we witness sunrise. My kids start like cutting woods. I'm like, what? No, seriously. Oh,
that's
they
awesome.
love it. They love it. So it's like a dad can use the axe, even though I have of course they can't use the chainsaw. Use the axe. I have a photo of that. My youngest daughter bringing a branch on her shoulders, dragging it, and then just to put into our fire pit. It was amazing. even if it's minus 25, 20, 25, like it doesn't bother us. It's just like we just enjoy the time together. So
That's amazing. That's what it's all about, really.
mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, as long as you dress warm for it, then dress properly and
I'm
go
surprised with my youngest, actually. I don't know. She's a winter baby. She
Loves outdoors, apparently.
No, seriously, she loves winter. Actually, she's excited this weekend. Snow's coming in Vancouver. Okay. Yeah. She's just planning the whole trip now. So we're going to go get in it. Yeah, it was fun, I would say, spending the time with the family and creating memories with your kids, because again, this, you never know, right?
Yeah.
Well, they're growing fast, and then especially they're having their peers and influences, those kind of stuff. And when you're not looking and you'll be surprised one day, oh, I'm just gonna stay home. So just treasure those memories that they're still saying yes, which is good. So,
yeah. Before you know it, they're going to be teenagers and want nothing to do with you, right?
Yeah. And you never know, they might still love it and still come with you too. So
no, that's right. Yeah. Yeah. Hopefully. Yeah. So I still have an excuse to buy some things. This is for the kids. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
What's your favorite place that you've been to, gone to in Canada?
In Canada? Oh, okay. Yeah. So in Canada, my memorable at the same time, this is the most memorable for me. So because I went by myself. No one's with me. So I went to East Coast Farnham Mountain. So I didn't release this video. I still have it, but I think one day I'm gonna finish the editing. So I went there like around June, and snow just started melting, and then because like I've seen that in photos. Oh, this is a nice spot. There's like a cabin on top, and there's like glaciers, right? So I went there and I saw 3 trucks like going the other way. I'm like, what's this happening? And they were like, oh, you can't go, you can't pass it. What do you mean? Because I've never been here. They did what is happening ahead. So I still went. And then there's a landslide. There's an avalanche that blocking the road. And I'm like, it's already 7:30 and it's getting dark. What I'm gonna do? I don't want to go back, because it's, again, like I spent a lot of time driving here, and then again, like 9 hours from Vancouver, and then I'm not gonna be there. I'm not gonna see it.
Yeah.
So what else do I have? So I have a shovel and an axe, and then it's like, I would say, like my high of snow.
Gosh.
And okay, I'm gonna dig.
No way. Come on.
Well, yes. I dug. I dug as fast as I can. And then, no, seriously, I have a video. If you don't mind,
of it?
yeah, if you don't mind, I'll just pull it.
Yeah.
And just because again,
That
no
is...
proof. You're not gonna believe me.
Yeah, there's no proof.
Okay, here.
Never did.
This is, I don't know if you can see it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, there we go. Yeah.
It's my high one. Yeah. So I went over. That's the first landslide or avalanche. Those are snow, by the way, that I went through it. So
He looks so exhausted.
you see the Jeep behind, it's tilted.
Yeah. Yeah.
I did not few, but tons of snow.
Oh my
Maybe
God.
on the side, because this side right here, as you can see, it's so sketchy. And it's a cliff, so if I made a mistake, I'm done. But desperate to go to find him.
Oh no.
Because I believe no one made it this year because of this landslide. Almost there.
Oh my God. That is so...
But look what
Oh my gosh.
So these are just all snow, right?
Yeah.
This is how high I from this,
Yeah.
and then I made it like this.
Wow.
And then just being signed to be resourceful, right?
Yep.
Well, so you don't...
This is one of the... Oh, sorry. This is one of the trips for sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's when I want to show like when I made it. So
Oh my god.
Using axe. Using
With
axe.
the axe in the snow.
Oh my gosh. Wow. And then you have your cliffside on the right then, right? Or sorry, I guess our left, but on the like it's a cliffside there because you're like your
On the
Jeep's
other,
on
yeah,
the
that
left.
side, yeah.
Yeah.
so this right here on this side is like cliff, and then this is like mountains in here.
Mm.
And one of my mistakes, I didn't pull out the drone to see like how delicate the
To see-
situation is.
Yeah.
Because again, I'm just thinking just to pass this, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then when I got a chance to trying to be careful,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and you'll see my reaction when I made it.
Oh my gosh. That's a lot of work.
And I made it right there. And then, man, I don't know, Trish, if you've seen some of the photos of this spot, and I don't know, Wes, if you've been here
Well,
before.
I haven't been there, but I researched it like 5 years ago, put it on my list, and then I haven't made it yet.
Finally.
And it's at night.
Oh my gosh, you made it.
That is awesome.
Wow.
We made it.
This is the view on top.
Wow, it's amazing. Oh my gosh. And that's a 9-hour drive you said for you that day?
9 hour from our home to the bottom of the trail.
Oh
And then
wow. Okay.
another an hour and a half to 2 hours on the way
Yeah.
up. I think I dug again like 2 to 3 hours.
Wow.
Yeah,
That is
so
awesome.
very desperate. I didn't actually. One of these days I'll put that on my YouTube.
You
Like
should.
how amazing,
Yeah.
and yeah, no one's gonna believe me. And then I was on top, so at night, so just cook some noodles just to keep me warm. And then I forgot to bring my heater as well. So yeah, it's just like being, I think, one of those days. I just want to go. It doesn't
Yeah.
matter what's gonna
Yeah.
happen. So it is what it is. And then there's mountaineers. They're bringing their snow like skiing boards,
Mhm.
and it was like, "How did you get here?" Oh, I actually I went
I
over
drove.
to that. Yeah, I drove. I went over to that avalanche. They stayed like they hiked.
Wow.
They hike like they stay at the bottom, then they hike just to ski. And then they're really surprised that there's a guy like in around this.
Jeep went there.
Yeah, they were surprised. And then when I posted it, oh, this guy went up. It's like we went up there yesterday, and then it was close. Like, what do you mean close? I already made a way for you guys. And people start like,
in tears.
yeah, it was a fun experience. So wow, it's one of the memorable. And we're just alone. See I did some Milky Way shots as well.
Yeah.
Wow.
Time lapse, and then just enjoy the quiet time. I would say it was wow.
Yeah.
It was
That's amazing. You should definitely release that on YouTube. And if you have any of those Milky Way shots, that'd be amazing to see.
oh yeah, I still have it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. It really became popular this summer for some reason.
Yeah.
Seen a lot of traffic up there this year,
Mhm.
and
Yeah.
became a hot
It got
spot this
popular.
year. Yeah. Yeah.
And the bridge got damaged as well.
Yes. Yeah. We'll see how it is after the spring runoff. See how that, because they took the bridge out. So
That's
they
right.
made it nice and smooth. So we'll see what happens next year with spring runoff. Hopefully it
That's
doesn't
right.
get too ugly. Yeah.
So,
But beautiful area. Beautiful. And I agree with you that the Rocky Mountains in BC and on BC, between BC and Alberta, are absolutely gorgeous.
Yep.
It's even the coastal mountains. You guys got some great ones down there too, but the coastal mountains in down in BC, you don't quite have the access to a lot of the high alpine like you do in the Rockies.
Yes. That's right. Yeah. Some of the trails just start closing. I don't know why. There's a tension within the association, the 4-wheel drive, and then you'll be surprised. Oh, wow, this is a private property. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
What are you talking about? And I felt like this is a public land. But again, trying to avoid the drama of it. It's just I'm here just enjoying and of course doing my task as like to follow the rules, pack in, pack out, and just leave try not to leave any trace and respect the community if ever there's one. And just respect my fellow off-roaders and like overlanders as well. Because again, it's not just me. Again, it's the next generation that can enjoy this. So yeah.
Yep. Agree 100%. There's so many times where you go into a campsite and you end up picking up stuff before you even get set up, kind of idea, right? Unfortunately. So it's unfortunately one of those things.
So the last question we ask all our guests to come on the show is, what Canadian would like to hear on the 4x4 Canada podcast?
First of all, I really appreciate what you guys doing here. So I have to say kudos to you guys and your podcast.
Thank you.
Yeah, I think it's a great that you guys are giving people an opportunity to share their overland journey and stories behind it. Like this, you'll be surprised what like every individual is different, and you'll be surprised in their stories. Just talk about something that they love, as well as
everybody has a story. It's one thing that doesn't matter whether you're just a regular Joe or if you're a CEO of a company or if you're a garbage truck driver. Everybody has a story.
That's right.
We'll help share that. So thank you.
Yeah, nice platform. Yeah, and again, this is not just off-roaders, or it's different people, different walks of life. So but I like to listen to the story till now. I think like he's done like 2 episodes, 1 or 2, something like that, with you guys. Actually, I haven't met Sean in person, but I hope that I will have an opportunity to meet one of these days. You guys as well.
Yep.
Was in Kamloops. I have a relative in Kelowna, Penticton area. Yeah, for sure. I'll hit you up.
Yeah, Sean, we did a episode with him, and he's a super nice guy. He's just a regular Joe Blow kind of idea, right? But he also has a very big following on YouTube and that. So
I would say, I followed his journey. I'm like a secret, like a fan on the side. I'm not gonna show or tell that to a lot of people, but it's just I'm a big fan. I like his content and the style, and I got excited like when I see his adventures, different rigs now they have, and for mods that he has this tracks. I'm like, I want to put that on. He has now a Dodge. I'm like, whoa! It's like and like the places that he's been, it's very inspiring.
Yes. John's got a unique style, especially with you doing video work. I'm sure you can appreciate, even maybe to another level, the amount of work and the quality that goes into his videos.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Do you prefer the editing or the videoing portion better?
Both.
Yeah.
Both. I would say both. Because again, like when I shoot something, it's on the spot. It's already in my head. Like I'm editing it. In my head, so I know what would be the output look like.
Yeah, it's funny. A lot of people don't like the editing part, but a lot of people absolutely love the editing. Yeah,
it's again different for every creative people, but again, it's like you're building Lego, right? So that the editing part, and then you see the flow, how the story builds up or how it goes, and then you'll be surprised, like in the middle of editing. Oh wow! I can put something here. I can, you have the control of like how the story goes.
Yeah.
And kudos to just like filming and then they don't love editing or vice versa.
Yeah.
But I think like, especially for nowadays, content creators needs to have both skills. So they they know what's going on, especially if you're filming it. So that's sometimes is a hard part. Like, someone filmed it and the editor doesn't know how to play with it.
Yeah, for sure.
At least to have both skills.
Once again, we're talking with Jeff from JayTee Adventures.ca on Instagram and YouTube. And we got to mention again, he's got some great photography and video work on Instagram, and hopefully we'll see some more work on his YouTube coming up here shortly. And
I'll try my best to create something interesting stories and off-road journeys.
Yeah.
Actually, I'm excited this year to create more content and just to see what's in it, what's in there. And actually, if you have questions for you want to learn videography or photography as well, just to send me a message on Instagram, or just would love to share my experience and skills, I would say. especially nowadays, content creation is very relevant. Everyone loves to put something out there on their social platform, media platform. So
Yeah. Oh, that's a great opportunity for sure. So yeah, JayTee Adventures, as JayTee Adventures.ca on Instagram. And as we mentioned, you got lots of great video and photos on there for sure. I wanted to thank you for taking the time to spend with us tonight here, Jeff. It's been a blast, and it's always fun talking to other overlanders and off-roaders and just learning everybody's little backstories and what makes them tick. So definitely want to thank you for coming on tonight.
No, thank you guys. Thank you, Wes, and thank you, Tricia. Yeah, thanks for investing your time with me and just sharing. And we can talk more, right? It's like having a platform like this. Like
Definitely.
an hour or two is not enough, but for sure, if there's a chance that we can meet out there, would love to share more. But to those who are listening, please support 4x4 Canada podcast, their platform. A lot of great people that you will great stories, and not just like great stories, but something to learn from. And yeah, you never know. One day your guys will be here as well.
Keep on plugging away. So thank you for the kind words. Definitely appreciate it for sure. So
thank you so much.
Yeah.
With that, we're going to wrap it up. And the only thing I can follow up with saying is, if you guys do what we're doing, throw us as much as I hate doing this, but throw us a 5-star review or a 1-star review. But that's the only way we can get some feedback sometimes. Appreciate all our listeners, and definitely appreciate you coming out tonight, Jeff.
Thank you, guys. Have a great one. Thank you.